Okay, so another day, another microphone review, like I always say. Today, I am going to be reviewing this Maono microphone. Hold on a second. Sorry about that. Had to get the box. So this is the Maono microphone set. Just call it a microphone bundle. It has this really complicated name that I can't really say off my head. So for the sake of the people who might want to buy this after this review, I would have a link in the description. So without further ado, let's just get on with the review. All right, so this microphone bundle is very similar to the last microphone bundle that I reviewed on the channel. Basically, that one was from a company called Turner, I believe. Yes, Turner Q9. Now, the Turner Q9 was a nice microphone. This is also a very nice microphone, and the Fujifilm K670 microphone that I also reviewed on this channel and recommended is also a pretty nice microphone. Now, all these microphones have something in common, and that is basically the pickup pattern. This is basically a unidirectional pickup pattern, and what that essentially means is they are prioritizing the audio quality as opposed to picking up everything in the room, essentially. Now, as you can see right now, I'm recording directly into my computer. You can see Adobe Audition right there. This audio has not been touched. I have not edited, changed, compressed, EQ'd anything. This is literally what you get when you buy this microphone, so nothing changes. And as you can see, that box was pretty big. So essentially everything you get in the box is the microphone itself, obviously the microphone unit. You get this little foam filter thing that actually helps you block out some pops and stuff. Let me put that on right now. Now, of course, I'll definitely recommend using this foam instead of the shock mount that comes in the box, essentially, if you're a streamer, because obviously you don't want the pop filter getting in your face. But of course, if you're doing like what do they call it now, if you're doing like voiceover work and stuff like that, it's probably wiser to use the pop filter, because this gives you better protection against like the pops and the bops and the B's and the P's and the S's and stuff. So it's nice that they include this in the box, but obviously if you're a Twitch streamer, I'd rather you use this than this. But obviously for, like I said, YouTubers and voiceover artists, this is probably more useful. Yeah, so the microphone, the pop filter, the foam filter thing, I guess. There's also the shock mount included in the box, and this shock, what do I call this now? The boom arm. Yes, I think that's what the tech channel community call it. The boom arm is also included in the box, and the USB cable that runs directly into my computer. Now, as you can already tell, the audio quality for this is fantastic. There is nothing wrong with the audio that comes out of this, and it is very comparable to some of the other USB microphones that I have reviewed on the channel. Some microphones that I've even stood by and recommended. So in my mind, it just seems as though all these microphones sound about the same. Audio quality is great, value for money is great, everything is great. But this particular microphone has two things that I'm not very, very, very fond of. I mean, I don't know that I would call them cons. Actually, let me take this off real quick. Yes, so I don't know that I'll call them cons, but you're going to have to decide for yourself if these are cons for you or if you just don't care. Me personally, I don't care, because obviously I'm not going to be using this as my main microphone for whatever reason. But yeah, let's just get right into the two things that I don't like about this microphone. The first thing that I don't like about this microphone is the absence of a tally light of any kind. Now, this microphone is plugged in right now. You're listening to the microphone, but I'm going to show you with B-roll footage right now so that you can see there is no indicator on the microphone that tells me that the microphone is on. I don't know that it's on. Obviously, I can look at the screen and I can see that I'm actually recording, which is great, I suppose. But beyond looking at the screen or monitoring my audio directly with headphones or something, I have no other way to tell if the microphone is on. Now, another thing, continuing on that, my point A, let's call this point 1B, essentially. Another thing about that first point that I just made is the fact that this microphone in the computer, the name of the USB microphone is microphone. So essentially, my computer has a built-in microphone. In fact, two built-in microphones. So it's very easy for me to mistake this microphone for those microphones. And essentially, if I'm in a hurry and I don't check or I don't test, there's a very good chance I end up choosing the wrong microphone in my settings. And I am basically just getting terrible audio the entire time without even knowing it. That's the first thing that I don't like about this microphone. The second thing that I don't like about this microphone is the absence of a volume control of any kind. Now, that might not be an issue for most people. In fact, for me, in many cases, it probably isn't an issue. But let me tell you why this is a problem. As a Twitch streamer or a YouTuber or whatever, you want to put your microphone at a volume that's perfect for your voice, whatever pitch or volume you speak at, basically, because you're streaming. You don't really have the luxury of post-production and editing your audio and compressing and stuff like that. So you want the audio to be perfect out of the box so that when you're streaming, the audio is great. The people you're streaming for can actually hear you. And while this microphone is decently calibrated from the box, as you can see, that's not always going to work in every situation. For example, I'm a voiceover artist like 40 days in a year, and on those days, I want to turn down the input of my microphone, basically, so that I can do some editing, like I can do some compression, I can do some EQing and stuff like that. This microphone is not going to give me as much leeway as my main microphone there, for example, is going to give me. Over there with my main microphone, I can basically plug it into this audio interface. This is where all my audio runs through, essentially. This is the Scarlett Solo. Yeah, this is the Scarlett Solo. And essentially, when that is plugged into this, I can control the input or the gain, basically, of the input of the microphone with this. Now, of course, my expensive microphone doesn't also have a volume control naturally. But that is the case because there is the audio interface to basically stand in between that and the computer. Now, other USB microphones that I've reviewed on this channel usually have some sort of volume control. The Fujifilm K670 had a little knob that you can use to control the gain, turn it down, turn it up, whatever. The Turner Q9 that I also reviewed had this up and down buttons that basically you can use to change the volume or control the gain of the microphone. Now, this one has none. So this one is basically how it is out of the box. Now, of course, you can go into your MIDI settings and change the settings and, mess with the volume and the gain and whatnot. You can also, if you're using a Windows computer, there's probably a place in your audio control settings where you can do that. But I would never advise you to do that because you're basically messing with the settings of the USB microphone or almost all USB microphones that come into your computer in many cases. Now, for Mac, it's not going to be that way, but for Windows, if I remember correctly, that's exactly how it is. For me personally, that just seems like a very odd thing to leave out, like a very, very odd thing to not include in the microphone. I don't know. It just seems like such an oversight, or maybe it was done on purpose. I really don't know, but that doesn't take away from the quality of the microphone. The microphone is obviously still very, very, very good quality. I actually like the microphone, but would I recommend it? Debatable. I mean, yes, it's a great microphone. Yes, it's a great microphone bundle, but it's the exact same price with the last microphone bundle that I reviewed that had a volume control and a tally light that lets me know when the microphone is on. And I don't know, that's just those two things might seem trivial to you. They might seem unnecessary, but I feel like they're going to be very important for a few people. There's going to be people like Twitch streamers and stuff who are going to need that light to tell them, oh, my micro. Imagine doing an entire video. Imagine streaming for 30 minutes and thinking your microphone is connected and stuff, but the entire time you weren't actually recording high quality audio and people were just watching and tolerating your shitty audio. That's going to be terrible. So while this is a great mic, I feel like if there's going to be an iteration of this, like a new version of this microphone, they should probably work on including a tally light of some kind, and they should also have some way to control your volume, change your volume up and down, the gain, whatever. Just do something so that the people have some way to control the gain on the microphone. Now, that's about all I have to say. I should probably install this so that we can test it together, I suppose. Let me do that right now so that we can all see how that is supposed to work. Wow, that's taking some time. Okay, come on. Okay, cool. Now this comes this way. Or this way. Great. So you see the problem that I have with using pop filters when you're making like talking head videos or you're streaming and stuff. It basically just gets in your face. But this actually protects the microphone from pops and B's and P's and S's and stuff like that, which is actually pretty cool. The audio quality is going to sound a little different. It's going to sound a little better. And I mean, for a microphone that already sounds pretty great, that's actually quite nice. Now, I said earlier that would I recommend this? It's debatable. Now, that might be a little ash, honestly, because I am comparing this microphone to other microphones, but essentially they're about the same price point for the exact same bundle. So I kind of have to compare it. And if I'm comparing it with somebody or something else that has the volume controls and has a tally light, then I'm probably going to have to pick that one. But that takes nothing away from this microphone. So if you find it somewhere on sale for a little less than the $65 price point that it's at right now, then you should definitely get it. And also, I should probably point out that there is two versions of this microphone on Amazon right now, basically two types of the bundle. There is this bundle that has the boom arm included, and then there's another bundle that basically has a table or a desk mount thing that's just like sitting on your desk and stuff. I think that's probably more suitable for people who do voiceover work. Both bundles are great. Depends on your application. Whatever you want to use this microphone for is what's going to determine the bundle that you buy. And like I said before, I am basically not editing this audio. This is straight into the microphone and straight into Adobe Audition, and I'm basically just going to carry this audio and marry it onto the video, and you're listening to the microphone raw. I have not done any post-production, editing, compression, EQing, nothing. So obviously this is a great value for money. Like, if you did buy this microphone, there is no way that you would regret it. But with the same amount of money, you can get other microphone bundles that have the volume control and stuff. And yeah, just think about that before you buy it. So it's really up to you to decide. Do you want to buy this microphone? Would you buy this microphone? Personally, if this was the only microphone I had for my YouTube work and my voiceover work, I'll be absolutely fine, because, you know, I have a little bit of a experience with editing my audio and stuff. So that's not a problem for me. But for somebody else who is just learning and stuff, that might be an issue. The fact that they can't control the volumes and stuff. For me, it's not an issue. But obviously, I'm not everyone. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I will see you on another video that was shot by Kagan. And don't forget to subscribe. Peace. The God of Gods.